internet works this week. All right, everybody. Well, welcome to the ScoutsElite Podcast. We're in week 6 of our little show. Here we're missing a few. We're missing Caleb and Dan this week, so we're gonna be short staffed. But we got a debut from Riley. Well, not a debut. He's already on, but I want to say hi to the folks, Riley.
Sup?
And we got Josh as usual.
Sup?
On the show today, we got some storylines. We're going to talk about NFL free agency, where some of the bigger names have found their places. We're going to talk about what we think about that. We're not sure how big of a spotlight we're going to do since we're kind of low on people. We kind of want more people for those. But we'll maybe talk about Njoku and Howard, and we'll debate who's the best out of those two. And then I thought we should debut Riley's great idea, Compayersons. Great name. So hopefully you guys got some of those ready. If you don't, get them ready. And then we're going to talk about who we're going to watch next week. But we'll start it off, as always, with who'd you watch? We'll start it with Riley since he hasn't been on. So who have you watched, Riley?
Who have I watched?
Yeah, recently.
Well, I don't know. I watch people sporadically. I've been watching a lot of college basketball. So it's really cutting to the film time. So
do it. We could just turn this into a March Madness preview.
I don't know.
I'll make the question better for you since you haven't been on yet. Who are your draft crushes so far?
My draft crushes.
Yeah. Just top of your head.
Well, I have been on the John Ross train a lot longer than everyone else.
Yeah, that's like 4 years, you mean?
Like legit, like 4 years. You can talk to Caleb or Parker if you doubt me.
How did you hear about him anyway? Was he a top recruit?
He was not a top recruit, but he's from Cali, and when he came to Washington, he was a super I heard about it. So his true freshman year, he was strictly a kick and punt returner. Turned 7 kicks for touchdowns.
So that's how you heard about him.
And then I looked at it. I was like, wow, holy fuck, true freshman. And then I checked what he ran at the pro days, and he ran a 4.29. I was like, this guy is going to be really good if he can figure out. And then I watched tape too, and it turns out he can run routes too. So
yeah, now he can for sure.
Love him. Like usual.
As long as I was going to ask you a question. As long as we're talking about how you were in love with John Ross when he was a freshman, you got any names for us that are maybe freshmen right now that you're watching? On the high school pipeline?
Like that are current, or that were freshmen this past.
Like say however old John Ross was when you found him. You got any people who are in, you got a new John Ross?
A new John. Michigan has a recruit coming in this year, Donovan Peoples-Jones. Watch out for him. He's gonna be a fucking superstar.
Donovan Peoples-Jones. I'm gonna mark this podcast, and we're gonna go back to that in 3 years.
Yeah, 6'2", 200.
6'2", 200.
6'2", 200. Coming out of high
freshman.
School. Yep.
Oh, he's gonna be a freshman this year.
Yeah, this year he's gonna be a true freshman. I think that dude's gonna be a star because Michigan lost. Obviously, they lost Darbo and Chesson.
Yeah.
They need people to fill in. So watch out for Donovan. That's one of my boys. T. Higgins, Clemson.
I've heard this name. I know this name.
T. Higgins, 6'5". 6'5", but he's 190 pounds. He is a twig. If he can get on a college weight and really get going,
he's got a year
love him.
Underneath. Did he play this year? Is he in college this year? Past year?
He's
gonna be a freshman.
No, he's also gonna be a freshman.
Ooh, that
Obviously,
is going to keep the
Najee
Clemson
Harris.
pipeline going. Najee Harris,
Yep.
yeah.
Najee, you know who Najee Harris is, right?
Yep.
And then there's who else am I thinking about? D'Angelo Gibbs.
This is really
He's going to-
impressive how many names you just have right on the tip of your tongue.
Dude, you can also ask Caleb. Super into the high school stuff. Like literally, like my fucking hard on for Malachi Dupree.
Yeah.
All because of high school. Dude was a superstar. Why do I
You
like
got
Ricky
that.
Seals? Ricky Seals Jones, Speedy and Oils, 5-star recruits coming out of high school. Loved him.
you like all these underachievers who were 5-star
Yes.
recruits.
I love 5-star recruits who underachieved in college. That's kind of my deal. But also D'Angelo Gibbs. He's an athlete.
Gibbs.
D'Angelo Gibbs, he's going to Georgia. He's an athlete, but he'll probably play receiver.
You got like the ESPN insider thing where you could see all the stats on these guys or something?
No.
What site do you use to figure all this crap out?
Well, I obviously I've looked at the rankings before, and then I watched some high school, watch a little tape, and then you find out the dudes you like.
Mm-hmm. And then bang.
And you see where they go. And I obviously I'm giving you guys who are fits, like that are gonna play early, obviously.
And then in 3 years you play draft hipster. Like I liked this guy before everyone else did.
He's gonna be a name.
Yeah. Okay. Josh, I don't remember who you had for going to watch, but who'd you watch?
I watched Curtis Samuel this week. Was pretty impressed. Yeah, I had a nice little Twitter string going on him.
Yes.
Still pretty raw as a wide receiver, but better than I was expecting for a running back wide receiver tweener. Ranked pretty high on my list.
Picture him running back, wide receiver. Which one?
I could definitely see him as a wide receiver. Both, yeah. More as a wide receiver, kind of like in the Percy Harvin mode, kind of. Yeah,
just kind of that Randall Cobb, Cordell Patterson type. Just give him the ball.
Give him the ball, yeah. Another person I watched, I was kind of saving this guy because I saw the Matt Wallman video on him, Samaje Grant from Arizona, and he is as good as he built him up in that video. That was a really fun watch. Also, somebody who played running back, definitely better suited as a wide receiver. I mean, I think he's probably like 5'8", 180. But gosh, he plays hard.
What video was that from?
Matt Waldman.
Matt Waldman. Okay.
Yeah, he's got a nice video on him.
I just feel like there's so many. Like, I already have like 30 wide receivers in my list, and like now there's like more people popping up, and I just can't keep up.
It's tough crazy around this time.
Yeah.
We're in a time crunch. It's probably, a month and a half until the draft?
I think 43 days I saw. Which is
crazy.
So I got a lot of positional breakdowns to get to yet.
Yeah, same here. Started my defense run this week. Just in love with Jamal Adams. I love everything he brings to the table. Second best player on my draft board right now.
Ooh. I know I watched a few games of him, but I haven't actually scouted safeties. I'm thinking about doing that next. So maybe we'll do it at the same time. We'll talk safeties.
Austin, when you guys are watching the safeties, this safety class, unbelievable. If you need a safety, get one.
Oh yeah. There's so many just DBs in general. It's just a wild class.
DBs.
Stacked.
DBs are all unbelievable.
I think it was Daniel Jeremiah's top 50. There's something like 19 DBs in it or something like crazy like that.
Crazy.
There could be up to 5 safeties taken in the first round.
Yeah, well, we got Adams.
Malik Hooker is a
freak. Buda Baker. I love that name.
Buda Baker. undersized, but kind of like an Earl Thomas role-ish.
He's just like feisty.
Yeah.
Playmaker, feisty.
Jabril.
I've heard
he got all the versatility
I'm a
in the
Jabril
world.
guy.
Love Jabril.
Jabril's getting a bad rap around Twitter lately.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's gaining some steam again. Athletic freak. You got his. Is that how you say his name? I said last week I was gonna try and figure out how to figure his name. I didn't. I didn't do my homework. I just said one thing to me and I didn't do it. Obi Melifanu.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of him today.
I heard he's like Cam Chancellor.
He doesn't bring like the physicality as Cam does, but
he's a lot like Byron Jones, just like other UConn.
Yeah,
that came out.
That's exactly what I saw.
And he's asked for being as big as he is. He's got loose hips, but like he's actually a crazy story, like of how he like got to play. Like he was born in like Nigeria or some shit, and then like grew up in England, and then like his mom was like he brought up playing football, and she was super against it, and then like even UConn like was giving him letters like, hey, come play football for us here in the States, and she like was throwing away all the letters.
Ooh.
Huh.
And then like he finally got one. He's like, Mom.
Getting recruited, Mom. Jesus.
She like finally acquiesced, and now he's fucking gonna be a first round pick.
Dude, if I'm Obi, I'm not giving any money to Mom. Throwing away your recruiting letters, I'd be like, no, you can fend for yourself.
Oh, that's crazy.
You should make a movie out of that. The new Blind Side. Not really.
There you go. Like the reverse Blind Side.
No, it's not the Blind Side. It's like the cover one free.
Okay. Josh, anyone else you watched?
That's about it. No one else is really popping up.
Okay. Who did I watch? I finished up Tackles. I'm going to talk Tackles for a little bit because we might never, ever get to it again. Let's see. My top tackle is, I'm going to pull up my draft rankings here quick. My offense, Garrett Bowles. I think he's like 25.
Yeah, fuck Garrett Bowles.
I love him. Why?
I've seen this shit before with this, like, oh, he's really good. This is, you know who Danny Watkins is?
No, and I feel like I just proved your point by saying no.
Yes. Danny Watkins was a first-round pick of the Philadelphia Eagles. He was 27. Really great feet. Has all the shit. And it's like, no, he's fucking 27. Like, I'll take Cam Robinson and develop him in 4 fucking years.
But here's the thing, 25
fucking got out of the league in like 2 years. He was done before he was 30.
That's one case. Garrett Bowles, 25 tackles. They usually go pretty long, especially like all he's got to do is just step back, punch some people.
Yeah. Danny Watkins is the same thing.
I want to know the percentage on like draft picks that aren't on your team after 4 years. It's probably like really high. That's why I'm just draft the 25-year-old guy.
No, I'm super against drafting old players.
But why?
Because, like I said, like I'd rather take like this is like this bullshit I hear like Josh, you're the guy who likes Cooper Kupp, right?
I do like Cooper. He's been faded, but
Cooper Kupp. Like he's 24 and he's playing FCS football. I'll take fucking Juju Smith, who's 20, use those 4 years, and then he'll be a million times better than.
But what if he leaves your team in 4 years? Like even the Packers this year, supposedly this draft and develop team. I look back to the 2013 draft. I found this out today that out of 11 picks, we only have one left, and it's Bakhtiari.
Well, it worked out pretty well.
It's not my point.
No, but
I'm just saying.
I'd rather have that high end than have a guy who's already at his ceiling. You know what I mean?
But Garrett Bowles isn't at his ceiling. I don't feel like he's only played.
I feel like Garrett Bowles is at his ceiling.
Like he's easily the most athletic of. Like Cam Robinson is just huge. Like he's got heavy feet.
Cam Robinson has horrible feet, and he grabs everyone.
Like Garrett Bowles actually has got like great feet. He's athletic.
Cam Robinson can be a good guard. Dude's fucking like DJ Fluker.
Again. I want Cam Robinson to just play right tackle and just like run it.
I think he might be better at a guard.
But he's pretty tall. Don't NFL teams have like height minimums on guards? Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's kind of.
It seems like a thing.
I feel like that's a thing. But moving on, other player like this guy's fourth Americans, but he's kind of like Bulls in a way where he's kind of like a little bit slim, but he's athletic. Antonio Garcia. I like him. Meh. Could be good. He kind of gets overpowered a lot. And he played at Troy. Troy might beat Duke this week. Mark it down.
Troy's not beating Duke.
They do. You heard it here.
They were what were they, a 4 seed or a 6 seed in the Sun Belt tournament?
Hey, that means they're hot.
I don't care. When you're barely over 500 and you play in the Sun Belt, good luck beating Duke.
We'll see about that.
I have never been more confident in a first round win.
Here's the thing: no one's gonna remember if Duke wins that I picked them, but if Troy does win, I'm gonna play this podcast forever. All right?
Look, I'll eat it. I'll eat my fucking words on this one. If Troy beats Duke, I will. I mean, I'll be happy because fuck Duke. But like,
yeah, this is like the Florida Gulf Coast thing, of course, a couple years back, where he just like really wanted to pick them, but he didn't, and they won. Beat Georgetown. Pretty sure they were 15 seed that year.
Middle Tennessee State, Sweet 16.
Hey, I have it too, actually.
What seed are they?
Got heard. What are they? 13? 12?
Who do they play? I know literally nothing about college.
They play Minnesota in the first round. So I was like, yeah, fuck Minnesota, way overseeded. This is like an 8-9
that was
game.
The stupidest thing ever.
And then they play Butler in the second round. They'd play Butler in the second round. So
Middle Tennessee.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, but that's just your everyday. The offensive tackles turns into March Madness talk. A few notables. We already talked to Cam Robinson enough. Will Holden, great offensive tackle name. Will Holden.
Yeah,
I really hope he ends up on a team like the Bears where I can just make fun of him when he gets a holding penalty. Like Will Holden again.
It's not coming.
Yeah. Zach Banner. You guys should watch Zach Banner. It's kind of fun just because he's so huge. Like 6'8", 350, and it's like he can't move. He's like he's 6'8", so he probably can't play guard because how are you gonna throw over him? Like he's just gonna get destroyed by speed rushers. And he had a fairly decent, like he's like the 5th ranked tackle on the NFL.com, which I thought was just baloney. And yeah, this tackle class is not good. That's my final take.
All the offensive linemen. Like the reason we're even talking about Garrett Bowles is because of how bad this class is.
That's true, but he could be a solid. I feel like Bowles could be a solid starter, which means he could probably get overdrafted.
What's your take on Ramczyk?
I haven't watched him in a while. I watched him like when probably in like December, but so I don't really have a take on him yet. I'm gonna probably go into that after if I finish stuff up and have time. But right now, I guess I have a late first grade on him based on what I've heard.
Yeah, it looks like he's a late first grade.
Yeah, late first, baby. I watched TJ Watt. A lot of people like him at the Packers. I don't like that. I feel like he needs to gain weight because he's like 250 right now, and he's not. I know he put up like a ridiculous 3-cone, but I'm not buying into it. He doesn't look that fast or that quick.
We don't need. I mean, he's actually pretty quick. He gets off the boat.
He had a really good combine. Like I've been seeing, what are those, the Stargraphs or whatever of his performance, and it is just incredible. Yeah, everything outside of his size was off the charts.
He's super lengthy, which helps him with the arm, like fighting off blockers, but his legs are super long too, and I feel like could be an injury risk. And I know he's torn up his knee already.
But also, like with the upside, it's like he's literally been playing defense for 2 years. That's it.
That's true.
He played tight end all through high school.
I like his potential if he would like put on weight, maybe get to like 260 and play like be like one of those guys that could do edge and also like move into the middle on some on passing downs. That'd be fun. Like
I think that's what
I don't like. I think that's what pure pass rusher.
I think that's what Matt Miller has Vince Beagle as, like moving inside, and kind of could come off the edge every now and then.
I mean, like put on like get to 260 and like on third downs, have him rush from the middle, not play inside linebacker. Like, does Matt Miller have Beagle playing like inside linebacker? Is that what you're saying?
Like he's listed. He's not listed in his edge. He's listed in linebacker.
Oh. Huh. I haven't watched Beagle yet, so I'm kind of interested. I honestly didn't watch enough Wisconsin games to really know what he's all about. But should we get into some free agent stuff?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Sure, man.
First one I have is Eddie Lacy signed with the Seahawks this week. Reports are he weighed in at 267, which is ridiculous, and I've been proved right. Like this is my favorite free agency move of the season for the Packers, is not re-signing Lacy. Like, I'm happy to move on. I'm done with his weight issues. 270. That's what I thought he was at. Like the whole time, people were always like, "Oh, he's 235," and I'm just like, "There's no way."
Yeah, that 235 number was honestly, I feel like that was something just to keep like the fans from complaining. Like there is no difference from what he looked from years past.
Wait, are we talking about Donta Foreman or Eddie Lacy, or are they the same person?
Lacy. Hey, Deonta Foreman weighed in at 233. He's legit. If he starts getting into the China food now, we'll watch out with Foreman. But Lacy, I feel like he could probably have success on the Seahawks, though, if he can keep that weight down and not get injured.
Huh. Wait, Eddie Lacy could have success if he keeps his weight down and doesn't get injured? Wow.
Yeah, hot take there.
That's a good take.
I'm kind of interested how he fits in with the whole running backs. Like, he doesn't really bring anything that the Seahawks don't already have. Like, you got your power guy in Rawls, you got your speed back in Procise. Like, there's nothing that he really does to make him stand out.
That's the thing that I was wondering with the Seahawks is like when that signing happened, there was all this like, oh, at least Seahawks just solved their running back issue, and I was just like, what running back issue?
Yeah, there's
like Rawls was good, and then you have Procise. Like, that's great. Now it's just kind of a mess. Like, I don't know who's going to come out of that backfield.
It'll be interesting.
What do you think? They see Rawls are going to split?
I don't even know what to tell you.
One will either probably be too fat or one will be hurt, so it'll probably solve itself.
You always got Alex Collins in the background too. Just nothing spectacular about him. Just that consistent guy that's gonna
get you
three over.
I feel like Eddie Lacy's not used to splitting anything, especially meals. Oh, ew. All right. Anyone else want to make fun of Lacy being fat anymore? One more zinger.
I'm done with that.
You good?
Good. I've always hated Eddie Lacy. I hated when he was good on the Packers because I was always getting the Riley. You were wrong about Eddie Lacy. Shit.
I hate him because if he was If he was like stayed at like 240, he would be awesome, but he doesn't. And that's
Yeah.
why I hate him.
I just never liked number 42 at Alabama with the fucking neck roll. I was like, I don't know if that's the guy the Packers need in the second round.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Other news, I'd say the next biggest one was Brandon Cooks to the Pats. That could be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'd be happy if I had Brandon Cooks right now. In fantasy.
As the resident Pat fan, yes, I love the fuck out of it.
Like, he's
It's
gonna
so
be
beautiful.
streaking down the field after he beats his corner, and Brady's gonna hit him so many times this next year. It's gonna be stupid.
Or when they run their slants with everyone, it's like, oh, if you don't get cooked by Jules, Cooks will just take it to the house.
It's like they have all these like the cliche wide receivers, and now they have like one that does that kind of stuff, but he's also like athletic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does
That was
all the
very
things white people do,
stereotypical
except better.
Exactly. He's like a juiced up. Yeah, I don't want to
But
get too
he
racist
also gets super upset when he doesn't get touches. And the Patriots like are really, they spread it out. So we'll see how that goes. Because that's part of
Okay.
the problem with it. That's why I wanted to leave the Saints.
Is that what? Yeah, that's why he went out. He's gonna get less touches in New England.
Right. And that's the thing I don't. Like, if you're not getting enough touches in the Saints offense, what do you want?
I feel like part of that was
Yeah.
the Saints have been garbage these last couple of years, so the only thing you'd have going for them is the stats. So I feel like that played a part.
Yeah. We'll see. Was he drafted 2014? He might 3 years in the league, so he'd be a free agent after this year. We'll see if he's a me guy or if he likes winning this year and not being as good as stats. We'll see. We'll see on him. We got Martellus Bennett to the Packers. Kind of delayed the Ted Thompson bashing. I was one of them. I was ready to go off. Like Ted Thompson is. We'll get into this. I want to have Dan on when we do this because he's a big Packer guy. But the Packers free agency has kind of been. It's been wild. Like this whole draft and develop and not re-sign your own guys strategy. It's bold.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. The guys he let go, I was kind of okay with him letting go. Like, classic Ted Thompson move to bring back Devon House. Could have saw that coming from a mile away as soon as the Jags released it.
There's a lot
I was
of
like, that guy's coming
that
back.
one. Okay, Martellus Bennett on Packers. I really like that one from a fantasy point of view. That one's going to be fun.
Lance
Also,
Kendricks.
Cordarrelle Patterson, Lance Kendricks. Is he? I don't know. I feel like
No, he's a blocking type. That's fine. We just signed him.
I don't care
Coming
about
back
that
to
one.
Wisconsin, though.
Like nice signing. I don't really care. Got those kinds of guy. But I like it for the Packers from a fantasy perspective. I'm just like I didn't acknowledge it this week because I had enough on my mind. Cordarrelle Patterson, how do you feel about losing him, Josh?
Bennett to the Packers or Patterson.
No, you're a Vikings fan, remember?
You skipped a little bit. I didn't hear you there.
Oh,
Patterson.
My bad.
I'm not it's a love-hate relationship with Patterson. Like he still has that potential of you saw little glimpses of it this year, of it all coming together. But I don't know. I feel like he's just another headache that they had to let go. All in all, I'm gonna miss him as a returner, but as a receiver, it's been how many years now, and I don't know. It's time.
4 years.
What were the contract numbers on that? Like, what did the Raiders give him?
I don't know. But he provides a lot for the team, and he finally, like after 4 years, he's finally getting involved a little bit in the offense or the passing game specifically. So we'll see how the Raiders use them. I know they got it, and then they just kind of got a lot of guys. So
I'm gonna miss him as a gunner. He was really coming on as a
Yeah, like
As a
gunner,
gunner this year.
receiver, or kick returner.
He was just a superstar special teamer. Like he did it all.
Yeah,
pretty much his calling now. Like we'll
Yeah.
see how he develops as a receiver. I'm
Well, what's the-
intrigued by this Raiders thing. So
yeah, it's definitely like probably like the best fit he probably could have gone to.
mhm. What else? We got Alshon Jeffrey to the Eagles. And I feel like this doesn't really change anything for Jeffrey. He's going to be good. He's healthy, and he's probably not going to be healthy. So, Alshon Jeffrey's MO. Anyone any takes on that?
He still doesn't have that number one wide receiver to really shield him. Like I feel like he's not a number one wideout.
I think
Still,
Alshon
like,
Jeffrey's the number one.
All his success came from when Brandon Marshall was still on the Bears, and ever since
That's
then,
true.
he's kind of fell back.
But
He's
like,
been hurt. He's been hurt, though.
He has been hurt. I'll give you that.
His success was because he actually played a whole season with Brandon.
True.
Happened to be played.
I think Alshon could be number one. He'd be good paired with like a speedy guy since it's not really his game. Like a get open guy, and then you also have Jeffrey where he's your throw it up kind of guy.
Which the Eagles have.
Who is their speed guy? I don't.
Well, they just got Torrey Smith. I was going to make a Nelson Aguilar joke. But
Hey, do you know the Eagles had like 4 of the worst graded wide receivers on Pro Football Focus or something last year, or two of like the 4 worst. It was Aguilar
Who?
and it's
the
Aguilar
other
and
one?
somebody. I don't remember who the other one was, but it was somebody.
okay.
We should
Was
probably
it
talk about
Matthews?
I don't think it was Matthews. I think he was
Was
better
it-
than that.
Was it Paul Turner?
Who?
Paul Turner?
Maybe.
No,
I don't think I've ever heard that
he
name
didn't play
before.
very much. That's just the guy.
Probably another thing we want to talk about when Dan's on, but the Zay Jones Twitter fiasco was just a wild time. I mean,
Yeah, did you guys see what Caleb sent to his dad? That was crazy.
Caleb sent something to his.
No, he
That was
didn't.
Dan that, oh.
Never mind.
What? I'm gonna look into what you just said after the show. Maybe we'll talk about it next week. But I just thought,
You could just ask Caleb what he said to Zay Jones' dad.
is it in the DMs of Scouts Elite?
No, it got deleted after Caleb tweeted it.
Huh. But like this whole fiasco was just
Caleb
wild. Like
was in quotes there.
Zay Jones likes Dan's tweet Dan's tweet is basically saying that he's not wasn't impressed really at all. Zay Jones likes that tweet within like 2 minutes. Which I'm just like, oh, that's wild. Scouts Elite's on the rise. We got Zay Jones. And then like 2 minutes later, like this guy comes on and it's like, who is this guy? And it's like Robert Jones, and I'm just like, is this his dad? And Robert Jones has got this sarcastic ass tweet about how all he did was catch 145 balls, blah blah blah. And
3-time Super Bowl champ.
hey, yeah, can't argue with that. But I just thought it was funny how like within 5 minutes these things happen. It's like, what are they just like sitting searching their names? And then, like, Zay Jones name.
Caleb had the audacity to ask Zay Jones' dad, what gives you the right to talk about football?
Wait, what? Is that what he said?
He said, "What do you know about football, bro?"
Wait, he DM'd him?
No, he just replied to his tweet.
Oh man!
From his own Twitter account, from the Scouts Elite one.
From the Scouts Elite.
Oh, I don't remember that. So he deleted it right away?
Yeah, it was deleted right away.
I didn't see that. That's funny.
Yeah, Caleb didn't say that though, just so you know.
Oh. Who was it?
I don't
You
know.
lying? Making this all up?
Remember what we were talking about in the pre-show?
Making this all up for content?
No,
Pre-show.
do you remember what we were talking about in the pre-show?
I don't.
About how, Reuben Foster's a liberal?
Oh. Yeah.
No, like it said, Caleb didn't actually tweet it.
Okay. It's tweeted as Caleb.
Yes.
And Caleb deleted it. All
Sure.
right. Everything makes sense again. Sydney Jones.
That's awful.
I didn't see if this injury was confirmed at all.
Yeah, it's a torn ACL.
It was torn Achilles.
Oh, was it?
I feel like it was confirmed.
It was confirmed.
It was confirmed. Whatever it was confirmed.
Yeah.
Everyone said it was basically confirmed. Really feel for him. Sad.
Yeah, I really don't know. That's the thing. Like,
Go
once
ahead.
you have a good combine, I don't understand why you do your pro day.
Exactly.
Like, if you have a bad combine, do your pro day. Try and improve your numbers. But if you have a good combine like Sydney Jones did, there's no reason to do it. Like, if you want to do some of the individual drills, like, I get it, but
maybe even like run the 40 one more time, but I don't know why you're risking stuff. Like, how many times do these? Like, we should have the combine, and that should be enough. Have the pro day maybe for people who didn't do the combine or were hurt then. But like, how many times do you need these guys to work out for you?
Right.
Like, you already got all their college games.
As if anything's going to change in a couple of weeks. So when your pro day happens and the combine happens, it doesn't make sense.
yeah.
So, sad. How far do you guys think he's going to drop?
Around?
Like around.
Was it Achilles or ACL?
It was Achilles, I believe. That's what it was when it initially
Achilles
happened.
is probably going to hurt a little more.
Yeah, that's a tough injury.
Whatever it was like a 9-month turnaround or something like that.
It's definitely a red shirt year for sure. Whatever. And torn Achilles, I feel like that's something that like kind of is going to affect him like the rest of his career probably.
Especially for corners, that's like the worst thing that could happen to a corner.
Yeah. I know, like, there's this one guy I used to play open gym with. Like, apparently he used to be able to dunk, and he tore his Achilles, and he like couldn't even get close anymore. And he was like pretty far off actually tearing it when that happened. So he never got that athleticism back. Okay. I feel like we've talked enough. We could probably save these. We could just turn in this Njoku versus Howard thing into not necessarily a spotlight, but maybe just who do you like out of the two? Who do you think is gonna be better? Who wants to go first?
I'll take it. I like Njoku quite a deal more than OJ Howard.
Quite a deal.
Quite a deal.
Ooh.
Just to put numbers on that, I have Njoku rated as a 92 and OJ as an 88, and that's a pretty decent difference. Still first rounds.
That's on our confirmed ScoutsElite scale now that we've.
That's right, the official.
So, the official ScoutsElite scale. Okay, so are you worried at all about Njoku? Like, kind of, I didn't look at what his 10-yard split was, but his quickness, because I wasn't impressed really much by his quickness when I watched him.
Just the completeness of his game was really that won me over all in all. His jumps were encouraging. I feel like he can add weight to his game. I don't know. OJ Howard is, I don't know. There's something, it's one of those players this year that I just can't get a grasp on. I know he's good, but I just can't get a grasp on like him being the absolute number one, no question.
Where I stand with him right now is I feel like OJ Howard is he's more explosive as far as just like acceleration, like getting going. I think he's faster. He's put up one of the best. We forgot to mention OJ Howard in the pull up the combine, but 4.51 is super fast for him. But I think Njoku right now is a little bit better receiver, and I think he's got more upside as far as that. So I literally have them both with the same grade. I could picture them both being like 3 years from now. Like I could easily see them being like the top 2 tight ends in the league, which is pretty wild for one class.
Yeah, definitely. With how rare.
Riley, any takes?
OJ is, I think he's near a finished product, but it's a pretty good finished product.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one number that concerns me about OJ, like all of his numbers are amazing, but the one number that concerns me is his 30-inch vert. It's not a very big vert, and I like my tight ends to be able to jump a lot. Where Njoku can jump out of the gym. And that's something that really separates him.
Mm-hmm.
And Njoku's been my boy for a long time too. Well, this whole season. But I have OJ rated higher because he's more of a finished product. But Njoku's potential is higher. So they're both. It all depends on what team they go to, the fits. Like look, their skill sets they need to be able to fit.
Mm-hmm. I know I mentioned that too. Like Njoku's got some probably the most potential I've watched out of a tight end. But I've also only like scouted since like 4 years ago, so it's like Ebron and we all know how that turned out. I'm not giving up on that. Ebron's gonna be a freak.
Yeah, but Njoku can actually catch the ball. Ebron's problem is he can't catch the damn ball.
That's the thing. Njoku's also like ridiculous.
Also can't block. So you can only you can only use Ebron in passing situations, but he can't catch the ball. So, or like Njoku has the ability to block.
Njoku's got like holy crap, ridiculous arm length. Holy man.
Yeah, he is.
That's like
very
longer than the offensive lineman.
Like, kind of like you could picture him in a Jordan Reed role with like in the red zone. Like you just know what's going to him and you can't stop it.
And he's a decent blocker already. So I feel like he could put on 10 pounds and not lose anything in the receiving game. Because he's like quickness isn't really his game. So he could put on like 10 pounds and then be, I feel like, a good blocker too.
Definitely. That's exactly what I see.
Yeah, we're #blessed with this tight end class. But we'll get into that a little bit more when we do a tight end breakdown. Did you guys get any comparisons that you thought of? Riley, got a comparison for us?
Well, I don't know. Like my comparison for fucking Corey Davis it's been like Mohamed Sanu. Like he's just a big, and he'll be like a great number 2, I think. But I don't know if he's a 1, and he's not gonna do any 40s, or he's not doing his pro day now. So
yeah, I heard that. I always thought of him as like obviously not as athletic as Julio Jones, but kind of like a mini Julio Jones, just with the way he plays.
Yeah,
it's like the slants, like get him in open space, let him run
against Mac corners.
That's true. Hey, save these points for your Skip Stephen A. style debate with Caleb.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
I want to get all the Corey Davis guys against all the Mike Williams guys, which I guess I have them as the same grade. So I'll team up with you, Riley, since you're probably going to be outnumbered.
Pete Brock wants everyone to know that John Ross is wide receiver 1.
We'll get Parker on. He can chime in. I'm looking forward to this whole debate, but it'll be Dan, Korf, Caleb versus me, Riley, Josh. Which side are you gonna pick?
I am like straight on the fence. I could go either way.
Hey,
All right,
get off the
we'll
fucking
put you
fence.
with me and Riley,
Get off
and then
the
we'll
fence,
just have
Josh.
Parker.
Pick.
Parker will
Pick
chime
right
in.
now.
We're gonna bring him to the Mike Williams side. He's not on the fence anymore. He's on Mike Williams' side.
Gun to your head. Corey Davis or Mike Williams?
Gun to your head.
I mean, this is why I wanted to do a player spotlight of Mike Williams a couple weeks ago. Like, he is just, I don't know, there's something, I don't even know how to describe it. He is so big, so athletic,
Oh,
and
that's not actually true. It disappoints me as a Mike Williams guy, but his numbers, awful.
He didn't do that much stuff. He didn't run the 40.
He
I'm
had
concerned
like
about.
he had like a 30-inch vertical jump too.
Let me see.
32 and a half.
Yeah, 32. I was expecting a lot more than 32 out of Mike Williams. Like, I was like, I don't care what he runs in the 40 because like it doesn't look like he's gonna run that great of a 40. But I wanted his vertical to be like 36, 37.
I think he tricked you into that just because he times his jump so well.
Right.
So it's like
No, I obviously
don't
still
notice the
hard
lack
on
of.
the bandwagon. But I was, you know what I mean? I was just expecting.
Yeah, I can see that. Expect. I would have expected more too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I just don't. He's not super athletic. But
Yeah.
continue, Josh.
There's like I know they're completely like not the same player, but I got a bad taste of Treadwell last year. So like that bigger wide receiver is just, I don't know, it's not doing it for me this year. That's why I think I'd have to go Mike Williams.
Okay. So we're gonna get this set up. One of these weeks is gonna be full on debate show. We're gonna have 3v3. We're gonna have Parker come in. He's gonna be the John Ross guy.
Well, we can't have like a John Ross side because that's my fucking boy.
All right, fine. We won't have a John Ross side. Maybe we'll do like a John Ross versus who's the next best guy. I don't even know.
Maybe a Henderson.
Like
I feel like those two kind of go hand in hand.
I see a guy.
Maybe.
I have a look. I don't have Henderson in like my top 20.
What?
I hate Henderson. I hate.
You hate him?
I hate Cooper Kupp. I hate. Who's that other one? That other small school dude that I don't mind Zay Jones. Zay Jones is okay.
Let's see here.
Yeah. Western
Dylan?
Kentucky.
Oh,
Taywan
Taylor.
Fuck Taywan
You hate
Taylor.
him? We're
Don't
gonna.
like
You're
Taywan
gonna have
Taylor.
to. Like we've been going pretty long this week, but you're gonna have to come on in the following weeks and start backing up some of these hot takes.
like my receiver rankings, it's the top three. John Ross above Corey Davis, but Mike Williams above both.
Mhm.
I got Godwin 4. Darbo 5.
That's what Dan was supposed to come on this week and explain that. Guy, he skipped out on his Godwin. Godwin is Dan's wide receiver 1 right now.
Yeah, that's a little high. Not gonna lie. But yeah,
All right,
Darbo
continue.
5.
Fireball.
I got Juju and Noah Brown both rated at 82.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got Malachi and Mac Hollins at 81. And then Zay Jones at 80.
You
And then
Interesting.
probably one of these weeks, not next week because I'm going to be gone. The week after is going to be our wide receiver episode, and you need to be on for that because you have some interesting rankings.
I do. But like if you guys are noticing a pattern, I love big wide
You
receivers.
love big guys.
guys,
yeah.
yeah.
Mac
Big wide
Hollins.
receivers. Love guys who can block. Love guys who can body people, jump. Not a fan of tweener small school players like Taiwan and Henderson who like just feed off the competition they play on, and they don't beat press. They don't do any of that stuff. I like guys who are going to be able to beat press.
Taiwan, like, I like when I watch wide receivers, I'm big about the get open guys. And Taiwan Taylor, Carlos Henderson are big get open guys, I thought. Even though they're going against small school guys.
Yeah, I don't like the way Carlos Henderson does his shit. Like, he's like, the shit he does is just not like, he's not overly anything. And I hate
explosive. He's overly explosive.
He's not. Like, it looks like it against the competition, but then look at his numbers.
Well, you gotta okay. I'm gonna try who's a big wide receiver that has gone against bad competition. I don't have an argument right now, but come on for the wide receiver, and I will prepare one against you.
What do you mean?
I'm trying to figure out a small school big wide receiver that you might like. I'm gonna try and
Corey Davis.
Sure, but he gets open. Corey Davis is out of this guy.
He's been getting open for 4 years.
I'm keeping Corey Davis out. I'm gonna have a whole thing prepared for a wide receiver episode. So we're gonna move on to who are you gonna watch before next week or in the upcoming time? Not a set duration. Not Caleb. Riley?
Don't call me Caleb. Offensive.
I wasn't necessarily calling you Caleb. I was just used to saying Caleb after I say that because he's on my screen usually.
No, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I have done a lot of scouting before, but I'm probably gonna take a week off. It's the fucking NCAA tournament.
Not a bad plan.
I'm gonna watch a lot of basketball. That's going to consume my time.
I like that plan.
But we can talk look, I've got a bunch of receivers. I've got slot rankings. I've got running back, tight end, quarterbacks. I've got the top 10 quarterbacks, edge, linebackers. I've got 20 corners and 12 to 13 safeties done.
Jesus.
So, yeah.
You gotta post that. Post that on the site. I want to see these. What do you do? Google Sheets? Or do you do Excel?
Excel.
You should make that a Google Sheet and post it.
Okay, I won't do that.
Keeping your rankings to yourself. Shame on you.
No, but yeah, love the DBs. I did a ton of DBs and linebackers. Love Raekwon McMillan so much.
You're you're sneaky. You sneakily have the most people done out of anyone with ScoutsElite.
Yep.
That's wild.
Yeah.
All right.
Got my top 10s for a lot of, and I got my top 5 tight ends and slot wide receivers.
Dude, tweet them. I want to see them.
I don't know when I'm watching people and I come across Marlon Mack. Love that guy. Watch that name. Ooh. Watch that name. Love Marlon Mack.
He's a meh to me.
Meh?
He's a meh.
I like Marlon. Like TJ Logan too.
You like those speed guys, I guess, don't you?
I like big wide receivers and running backs who can run.
Running backs who can run. Interesting concept.
Yeah. Yep. I have low rankings on all of the quarterbacks.
Join the club.
Don't like any of them right now.
All right, Josh, who are you watching?
I am watching. I'm gonna round out my safety grades. I got a couple lined up here. Eddie Jackson.
Watch Justin Evans.
Let me.
Love Justin Evans. Below the top 5. He's my number 6. Have him 88.
Okay.
How is watching safeties going for you? Because I think it's consensus toughest position to watch without like
It's
all 22.
yeah. There's not a lot there. Half the time they're off the screen, but
It's just frustrating, and I get mad.
yeah, it is. It's a grind. But yeah, Buda Baker. I want to finish up Obi last name.
Well, Thonwell.
Yeah.
Obi last name. I like that. I want to call him that.
And yeah, there's just a bunch. I really want to go to town on defense since I've been
Malik
focusing mainly-
Hooker.
Malik
Malik
Hooker.
Hooker's range.
I watched Malik.
Unbelievable range.
He moves very well for a big guy.
Mm-hmm. Would argue that that's all he's got going for him, though.
Yeah, I could see that.
He can come down the bottom. When you play in the Big Ten, you can come down and stop the run as a safety.
Yeah, I haven't scouted him yet, so we'll see what kind of takes I come away with. But I've seen that he's got that range, and everyone just gets lost in the range.
Yeah, there's one play that stands out. He's like 5 points lower than Jamal Adams for me, and there's one play where he just spins off to no one, and the offense gets a huge play on him. I'd have to look into what play that was, but it was just like, what are you even like looking at on this play?
Mm-hmm.
There was a play where he
find it and tweet it.
Yeah.
But if you do that, tweet the play like against Clemson in the national semifinal. There's no reason he should have been in that area, but he covered so much ground. Like it was Deshaun Watson threw a pick, and it was like he made the right read. That safety's not supposed to get there.
Yeah, he's definitely got that range.
That's part of the reason.
Arguing on that one.
That's part of the reason why I like Jamal. He's just everywhere on the field. Like every single play he's involved in. I love that about him.
Big as fuck.
What's that?
He's a stud.
Yeah.
Got it all. It's gonna be fun fantasy safety too.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I really like Justin Evans as a sleeper. Like outside the top 5, that's kind of the consensus of everyone. Like Justin Evans, really good.
Hey, look on the screen. Look who's at 5 on my rankings right now. Justin Evans.
Definitely gonna highlight him.
It was literally from like 2 months ago or whatever. I looked at those names.
I fell in love with Justin Evans when they played LSU. What was it, 2 years ago? And he absolutely what was it? I don't know what order this was in, but there was one play where he got absolutely destroyed by Leonard Fournette. He came down, was trying to truck stick him, killed him. But then there was another play where like he met Leonard and Leonard went backwards. Leonard like went right on his back, and I was like, I love this dude.
So he came back to life, unlike that. Who was that guy that went viral
It might have been the other way around too. I don't remember specifically the order of these events happening. He might have trucked him first and then got trucked the second time.
Yeah. Who was that Ole Miss guy or whatever this year that went viral? Who got slammed into the earth by Fournette?
Somebody from Mississippi State.
That was great. That was so funny.
Ole Miss.
It's something Mississippi, but it was hilarious.
No, Ole Miss. It was against Ole Miss that
that
guy died.
Fournette literally tried to throw him to the Earth's core.
Love it.
Who am I watching? I'm gonna try and finish up Edge, guys. Since there's only 43 days left, I feel like I need to get these guys done. You guys, go ahead.
I've got 10 dudes ranked.
And
I like, obviously Myles Garrett is everything he's made out to be.
Yeah.
Solomon Thomas is very good. Charles Harris from Mizzou, underrated. Pretty good.
He's one of my favorites too.
I like him a lot. He's got a million pass rush moves.
Yeah, and he's explosive too at the same time.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, he's not super explosive, but he's explosive enough.
like he should be, in my eyes, he should be a top 15 pick.
I put him more like 20, 24, 25-ish. I have him below Taco, but barely. Taco doesn't do much, but he's another guy who has a ton of moves.
Taco he didn't really do it for me. He's got like he just honestly can't even describe it. He just seems not overly athletic.
He might be more of a 4-3 DN too than a 3-4 outside backer. But I like Deshaun Hall as a sleeper. I have him 81 overall. He's the other A&M pass rusher.
Oh,
so he doesn't get a lot of press, obviously, but I like what he brings to the table.
Guys, that I'm gonna watch this week. We got DeMarcus Walker. Haven't heard good things about him. He gets bashed on Twitter.
I don't know. I watched him. I thought he was okay. I put him at about 80.
Justice Mosqueda, he's the edge guy. He hates him. Like, and he posts like vines of him constantly being out of position. It's pretty funny. It's like hilariously out of position. What do we got? One of these guys, Joe Mathis, Jordan Willis. Who was the one that blew up the combine? I get these two guys mixed up a lot. I think it was Jordan Willis.
I think it was.
I'm intrigued to watch him. But I guess in conclusion, those are I'm gonna try and finish up edge guys this week. So,
hey,
I think we went.
Have you guys watched Hassan Reddick at all?
Yeah, I like him.
Oh, I love him so much.
He's gonna be fun.
Do you think he's more inside, or do you think he'd be better as an edge or inside?
I would say I'd let him play primarily inside, like maybe that'd be his like base position, if you will, but just
and then put him edge on third down.
Yeah, just let him play and just make plays. Because that's what he's going to do.
In the Patriots defense, he would be perfect. Yeah. Unbelievably perfect. Like, he's kind of like Jamie Collins from a couple years ago. Like, I like him so much. Like, 89, great.
89. I got 86.
89. Either way. Either edge or inside linebacker. I don't care.
He's a fun player. I wouldn't mind him on the Packers. Wouldn't hate that first round pick.
The Packers
let him do whatever.
Kind of hybrid 3-4 defense.
Yeah, he would be so much fun in that defense. And there was
that's the range he's looking to come off the board at. So
there's a Pro Football Focus guy who's saying he's the best player in the draft. So
I'm convinced. I like him a lot. I've convinced myself that the Packers are going to draft him or Jabril.
Jabril would be fun too.
Well, because Jabril can play the Micah Hyde role perfectly.
Better.
Better. A lot better. Let him return the kicks. Let him play kind of slot/safety/corner, and let him go.
Yeah, those versatile guys. They're fun to watch. Like Jabril's a fun watch.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, we went pretty long this week. Thanks everybody for listening. That's our show. Thanks Riley for coming on in the absence of two of the mainstays. Hopefully you become a mainstay.
Yeah.
But, all right. Thanks everyone for listening. We'll see you next week.